HBAR Hedera Hashgraph to hit $2 to $2.50 in 2025. We're going to cover that in this video. We're going to cover where HBAR is at now, where could it head to, and where could it extend to in this alt season that could be months, if not honestly weeks away here. We're going to dive into that. And if you're brand new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and get updated in real time when I drop more 2025 price prediction videos, because we're busting a whole lot of them out. We already did coins like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Root, SoFon, Velo, Stronghold, XRP, XCN, ZBEC, and so on. Check those videos out if you haven't already seen them. I'll put the link to that playlist in the description of this one. And before I begin, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just showing you on the charts with the Stargate software what could potentially pan out here for HBAR in 2025. Let's dive into it. Straight out of the gate, right before I begin, let's explain what's on the screen. We got the Stargate OG signals, which is the vertical green is your prepare to buy soon signal. The vertical blue is your buy now signal. The vertical red is your prepare to sell soon signal. And the vertical yellow is your sell now confirmation signal. Then on the right side of the screen, you have your Stargate Fib forecaster. It takes a micro Fibonacci, which is the red one, medium Fibonacci, which is the yellow one, and a macro Fibonacci, which is the green one. And basically, as price moves, the fibs will automatically move with the price action. So no more having to manually draw your Fibonacci's. It will automatically draw itself as new price data comes in. Lastly, we have the Stargate snakes. You got your green zone down here, which is usually the best times to buy in bear market bottoms. I call this zone the belly of the beast. And even better times to buy are when we go below the belly of the beast. And then we have this red shaded zone up here, which is what I like to call the hot zone. Usually the best times to sell or take some profits off the table once we get into the hot zone, and even better, more of an incredible opportunity to take profits is when we extend past the hot zone. So now that we covered that, the Stargate Snake, Stargate OG signals, and Fib forecaster, let's dive into the charts. Basically, we got HBAR right now at 0.1667. We're going to cover if for any reason, if HBAR were to fall, where does it absolutely need to hold as concrete support to still have a chance to see imminent price moves to the upside for potential new all-time highs in 2025. We have a mashup of 786s here. You can see we have our micro 786 and our green macro 786, which if I shade here, that's going to be our 0.13 to 0.14 level. As you can see, we fell in April 2025. Right to that point, we held support. So if we were to come down, that's going to be the first level that we need to hold. Worst case scenario, if we break below that and we go a little bit lower, we have the top of our belly of the beast, which we need to hold and will act as like a trampoline pad for us needing to bounce off of. And even looking to the left, that prior price action, you can see critical level of resistance back in 2024. Now that we've broken above and maintain as support, we need to continue to do that if we're going to see price action to the upside and blue skies, new all-time highs in 2025. So where's our first level that if we pop up here, where do we need to break above in the immediate short term to see new all-time highs and potentially $2 to $2.50 for HBAR? That's going to be this level right here, which is the purple MA on the Stargate snakes to our previous high that we had set locally May 13th, which is around basically 23 cents. So this is going to be that critical resistance, our ceiling that we need to smash above. So we need to come up like this, break above it, hold candle bodies above, and start to press up. And our next level is going to be this orange MA on the snakes that we need to break above. So I'm going to put a line there to mark that, because as you can see, if we even take the high that we had set back in 2024, late 2024, when we set our top for HBAR back around 44 cents down to our low that we had set in April of 2025, we can see perfectly aligned with it. We have the 786 retracement to the upside with that orange MA on the snakes. So now I'm going to shade that red because that's our next critical resistance that we're going to need to smash above to see those new all-time highs for HBAR to potentially stretch us up to that $2 to $2.50 range. So this is exactly what needs to happen. We need to break up here, get above the first concrete ceiling. Then we need to smash above the second concrete ceiling, which I'd like to say is our final boss. Because if we can get above there, hold that support, press up with momentum, then it's very likely our next point we're going to head to is the bottom of this hot zone. As you can see, when we went up in late 2024, December of 2024, that big move up where XRP, HBAR, XLM were going wild in a matter of weeks, where did we get stopped out at? It was no surprise the hot zone was acting like lava, pressing the price action away. So we wicked right up into that hot zone and we couldn't break into it. We had prepared to sell soon. We came down, ultimately put a sell now signal in, went sideways for a bit, and that sell now signal told us Momentum's dying out. So if momentum's dying out to the upside, it's like gravity. We got to come back down, and we flash prepare to buy soon. And back in late April, we flashed a buy now. We've gone sideways, just like back here. We flash a sell, we go sideways. Once that momentum with that buy now starts to kick in, we go sideways for a bit. We're gearing up. This is our rocket fuel. And now we could be at a point where we could start to see the move up, because like back here where we saw the sell sideways, then we started to gear down. Honestly, I actually want to take a look to see from that sell now to when we started to break down, how long did it take? We're talking about 40 to 42 days from this buy now to currently where we're at, folks. 42 days currently as we speak. Like I said, imminent here. As far as timing wise as well too. So from current levels to, if we can break above those resistances to the bottom of the hot zone, we have from this level all the way up to here, we're looking at a 3.5x the bottom of that hot zone currently. If this time around we can break into the hot zone and close the candle bodies above and then start to press up again, we have the top of our hot zone right there around $1. One thing I want to do is I want to draw from our 2021 bull market top to our bear market bottom in 2022. I want to draw another thing there, because this is kind of coinciding as far as a 786 as well too that I didn't really see at 28 cents. So that's another key level that we're going to need to get above. But I was looking at the extensions, because we have extensions of a 1618 right up here at $2.54 for that bigger macro Fibonacci, which is coinciding honestly to a T. The 1618 bigger macro Fibonacci is coinciding with the 2618 breakout extension of the micro Fib here. You can see right there. Then we have our 2618 right here as well too on the smaller macro Fib at $2. And then we have our levels up here, the 4236 coinciding with this 4236, and then we have our 2618 extension up here as well too. So now I'm going to clean this up and we're going to revisit what are those multiples and how likely they are. So we have our first to the bottom of the hot zone at 3.5x. We break into the hot zone, we close candle bodies, we're going right to the top, and that's around $1. From current levels, we're talking about a 6x, 6.3x up to that top of the hot zone, which is sitting around $1.08. Then we have our $2 level to $2.50. I'm going to shade that because that's a nice area zone where we could melt up to and be above the hot zone at that point. From current levels to where that is, we're talking about 12x to around a 15x up to $2 to $2.54 from current levels. And then we have price points up here of 16.5, 22, and 35. So this is going to be mega moon super eclipse that we could maybe head up to. We'll cover that at the end. So from current levels to all the way up to here, I mean, we're talking about like 100x to like 200x from current levels, $16 to $35 for HBAR. And we will go over the likelihood, how realistic that is in a moment here. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit and we will quickly recap. Our immediate concrete support is around 13 to 14 cents. First must hold level. If we were to break that, it's likely we're going to tap as a trampoline pad the top of the belly of the beast, which is around 11.5 cents. If we can start to press up, where do we need to get above? Around 20 to 23 cents. If we can move up through that with force, then we have our next final boss level around 30 to 33 cents, getting above there, and we'll likely head straight to the bottom of the hot zone. And this time around, we need to break into it. We need to get our neck into it, and we need to hold on to it so we can extend to the top of the hot zone, which is $1.09, which is a 6.3x from current levels. And then if we were to smash up even above the hot zone, we have our next level of $2 to $2.50, which is a 12x to 15x from current prices. Then we have our mega eclipse from current prices, which is a big extension past the hot zone, all the way at $16 to $35, 100 to 200x. So that covers it. That's exactly the scenarios of if we were to fall, where do we need to hold? And if we were to go up, where do we need to break above? And at that point, if we can reach new highs and blue skies, then those are the levels that we could head to and even extend to for HBAR. My opinion, 3.5x to the bottom of the hot zone. We already did it once. Why can't we do it again? Easily. Top of the hot zone, I think this time around we can do it. We can pop into the hot zone and get to the top of it. Up to that $2 to $2.50 level, 12x to 15x. I definitely think that's possible this bull run in 2025. 100x to 200x, I'm not in the camp of thinking that could be the case in this bull run. But by the end of this decade, early 2030s, I definitely think it's a possibility of that happening. It's just a matter of, are you in the camp of just wanting to hold another 5 years for those levels? Or are you looking to take some cheese off the table table hitting these targets and then reaccumulating back lower for the ultimate inevitable of the floor rising here. Because a lot of people think, and not trying to throw any shots, that all this stuff, these crazy price targets of the super galactic mega moons could happen this bull run or tomorrow or, next year. But what if it takes a little bit longer than a lot of people are hoping for or waiting for? You got to play the present with the future in mind. So don't have so much of the future in mind of what the future price could be that it blinds you of the present and what is now. And hopefully that makes sense, because it's just so true, and you got to really think about that. Many things need to fall in place and dominoes need to fall in order for huge mainstream adoption and that utility that will bring those price levels to kick in. That ain't gonna happen tomorrow, folks. Back when I first got into HBAR, literally the day it launched, I remember buying it on Bittrex at 36 cents, and it tanked to around 3 cents. Of course, I bought more, but that was back in 2019. So I've been knowing about HBAR for a while. And even back then, and when we saw the big moves up to, back to 40 cents from that 3 cents, you're talking about 10, 12x. I was even thinking back then, we could see $10, $20, but it was too early. The dominoes weren't in place. And quite frankly, the dominoes are closer, but they're not quite there yet. That's my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just trying to set expectations and not trying to rant. But to be honest, I was looking at a couple other videos of people calling for price predictions on HBAR of $1,000. And quite frankly, that's not even a target that is laid out here as far as Fibonacci's and etc. That's probably based off of pure speculation as far as fundamentals and utility. But at the end of the day, that's not going to happen tomorrow or next year. It's going to take some time, and you got to be ready for that. It's okay to know what you hold and understand what could become in the future, but you cannot be blind to the now and the present and forget about the opportunities and the action that you probably want to think about taking in the current to set you up for the years leading to what the inevitable future price could be. That's one thing I don't hear a lot of people talking about and mentioning: the opportunity cost of watching your portfolio go up to 13x, knowing, I could sell here, but it's gonna be worth $100, and watching it come back down to the same level and riding it for years. You're gonna be kicking yourself. Put yourself in that scenario and the what if, because we can all think about max positive, this is how much I would have if it goes to $1,000, but sometimes we need to get grounded and understand, well, what if it doesn't? What if it only goes up to those levels? We see those sell nows come in. We don't extend past the hot zone. We get stuck at it like back here in 2021 and then recently in 2024. It's not a matter of chance that that's happening. That's not a matter of chance that when we get into the belly of the beast or a little bit below it, it's good times to buy. Or when we get into the hot zone or tap right at it that we get rejected. It's not a matter of chance. TA works, folks. No matter what the fundamentals and utility is, TA works. And it shared right on the screen. A lot of people, and maybe you're one of them, probably were thinking at this point back in late 2024 or early 2025 when HBAR went up to 38.40 cents that this was it. It was going at $2, $3, but you had the sell now confirmation come in. It wasn't ready. The momentum wasn't there, and crypto is a momentum game, and it always has been. So price predictions, projections, they're used as a roadmap. They aren't the end all be all. We can use them as areas where prices could go to. But if that sell now or that buy now comes in, that tells us the momentum is flipping, and we need to pay attention to that. So if you see multiple things aligning, bottom of the hot zone, sell warnings, beep, 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 sell now, up, momentum's fading, it's very likely we have a lot of confluence that, all right, we got to at least cool off and come down before trying to gear up again to do it all over. And then you had the buys, right? Keep that in mind, because I see a lot of people sharing price predictions, but don't share charts in their videos and don't understand charting. To be honest, it would make my job way easier to pull a random high price target out of a hat and just shoot it out there for everybody to be happy about and hope and dream about. But I'm not in the camp of selling complacency. I'm not in the camp of selling hope, even though I believe hope is what gets us through the bad times and the rough times for bear markets. At the end of the day, I'm here to sell action. I'm here to really help with these tools to help you guys, and even myself. I mean, I'm in the field every day, make informed decisions that will change our life in the present, in the short term, and ultimately in the long run. A lot of people are just thinking about the long run and high price targets, but you can't fade the present. I've seen, man, I've been in the XRP space, the crypto Twitter since 2017. And I hate to say it, but you could be waiting a long time. A lot of people might have only been waiting on XRP to go up and are still waiting, right? To $10 for a matter of maybe a couple years. What about 8? You know, what if it takes 10? I've seen people in the community pass away. I hate to say it, actually pass waiting. Life is not guaranteed tomorrow or next year. So I'm just begging that there's a little bit of realism and just kind of accounting for like really time. And just, I don't feel like a lot of people allocate importance on time, and you never know how long it could take. It could take a couple years, and during those couple years, you never know what could happen. Like I said, I've seen people in the community pass waiting for a $10 XRP. So I just have to say my piece about it and give a little rant on that, because I just see a lot of people out there selling complacency, super high price targets without any facts, don't even show charts, don't have the tools, and really just selling hope and selling complacency of not to take any action and just wait. And I'm just not built like that. I waited my first 3 to 4 years with XRP until I realized, well, I keep buying, it goes up, but I never takes them off the table and it goes lower. And that's when I made the shift and realized this is a game that you got to play on a swing basis, macro tops, macro bottoms basis. We're not just going to keep going up in a straight line forever. As you can see, those moments when we go up are very short, and then it's brutal and it sucks going down. And if you take no action during that time, it's very exciting, but that excitement washes away with the months of drawdown, And it's exciting again. And this time could be it. And then months of drawdown and it washes away. So I have to say my piece about it. That's going to be it. That's where I think HBAR could potentially go to in this bull market. But hey, don't get me wrong. Those levels up there, I definitely think that eventually we could see them. I just don't think this time around there's some more dominoes that need to fall. But you let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. Does that resonate with you or does it not? Let me know. I'm curious. And if you wanted access to the tools to make decisions in the present, in the short term, and in the long term, then link in the bio, go to the beacons/AI Stargate link, Stargate VIP group, join the waitlist, or heck, skip the waitlist, book a demo. We'll hop on a call and we'll get you kitted and suited up right away if you're a person who just likes to take action and get it going. So link in the bio for that, and I'll put the playlist for the other prior price prediction videos that I've done. And join the Discord as well too. The icon for that's right there. Come say what up. It's Rob at Stargate. I have a bunch more blow off top target videos for a bunch more coins, but leave a ticker of a coin you want me to cover and I'll do it. So like I ranted before, and like I said, really reflect on this ahead of time. Because in the moment, it's very hot and the emotions are high. But really think about, man, yeah, I know it could go to there, but what am I going to do in the moment when we get to certain levels? Am I going to know what to do? Am I going to watch it go to maybe $1.88, but it didn't go to 2, but I'm really banking on 2 because if it goes to 2, I'll have $1 million, but I have 900,000 right now, but I really want that million. But then it ultimately rolls over and you didn't know that the momentum was fading because you didn't have access to a sell now signal and you were banking on those $1,000 price targets that people that don't cover charts on are saying. I'm sorry, but I'm just looking out for you guys. Really, we've all been in that place. I've been in that place as well before too. And really it gets sticky. It's a pickle. It goes up to that, I was there before. And at the end of the day, when that 900,000 goes to 450,000, but you really wanted that million, I mean, at 450,000, does $900,000 look bad at that point? Just think about it. So that's going to be it. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, share that with every HBAR holder you know, and I'll see you guys in the next video.